How much money should you start investing today? And how do you start investing without losing all your money in literally 2 minutes, okay? How do you actually do this? I know what you're thinking. Tommy, I know what you're going to say. You're going to tell me, just take 10% of my money, invest it, wait 20, 30 years, and then boom, I'm rich. I'm a millionaire when I'm 89 years old. That is a plan. It is a route, but it's not my route, and it's not really my style, so this is not what this video is about here. But here's the thing, guys. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys 3 simple steps to follow, an entire system so you can actually start investing today. Yes, I said today, so you can literally start investing today. Very simple. You don't need to hire 15 accountants, 14 financial advisors, 3 lawyers. No, very simple. 3 steps you can start today. Now, guys, if you guys don't know me, my name is TommyBryson. I'm an accountant. I post videos on YouTube every single day. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified. On top of that, like the video. Really appreciate that. And I want to ask you guys a question, okay? How much money do you currently have invested, including your 401k, including equity in real estate, including like stocks, Robinhood, whatever you have? How much money do you currently have invested right now? And how much money do you want to have invested by the end of the year? Comment down below, let me know. And if you're wondering, well, Tommy, what about you? Well, the answer is this. Yesterday, I said how much money you should save, and I have around $15,000 liquid, but in my investments, I have around between $60,000 to $80,000 when it comes to investing to Acorn and investing into my business. So in reality, I'll say around $80,000 invested. So there you go. That's how much I have, and I actually want to have by the end of the year, maybe around $150,000. So that sounds a good plan to me. Comment down below and let me know how much do you want to have, okay? And don't worry, I'm going to give you a system to get to where you want to get to. If you want to get to where I am, which is it's pretty simple, you will get there as long as you follow these steps, okay? Very simple to follow. And before I actually tell you guys these 3 simple steps, I just want to say one thing, okay, guys? Because everyone on YouTube tells you hey, just do this and do that. And then you do it for the first 3 months and then boom, you're out of it. You liquidated everything. You're in Hawaii having a soda, and now you're yeah, it was worth it, okay? But no, that's not what I want to do here, guys. I want you guys to have a very powerful why to why you actually want to do this, okay? If you don't know why you want to invest money, then you won't really be successful in it. So, for example, is it freedom? Is it control? Is it just because you just want to have money to know that, hey, I can do whatever I want to do? Is it for passive income? Go deep, deep, deep with this answer, and then that's how you actually figure out exactly what you want, why you want it, and that's how you don't go about hey, I have so much money now, I'm gonna go waste it and buy myself a car, go to Hawaii, and just get me a girlfriend over there and drink some Starbucks, okay? Terrible idea. Don't do it. Have a powerful why and avoid that entire situation, okay? Now, let's get right into the 3 simple steps to follow to actually start saving money, well, investing money in this case, today. Now, step number 1, or action step number 1, is actually deciding what you want to get into. I'm talking about what investments do you actually want to get into. Tommy, I don't know the difference between them. I don't know what they are. Can you tell me? Well, the answer is yes. But I want to tell you guys one thing, okay? I have one rule for this, and it's this, okay? I want you guys to set aside at least 10% of your income every time you get paid for investing. Tommy, you're supposed to invest and then worry about saving later. Well, no, not everyone has a $100,000 credit line or credit cards like crazy or a great credit score. No, so I want you guys, for beginners out there, I want you guys to save at least 10% of your income and then set it aside, so in that way you start building up a stash of money to actually start investing into whatever you choose to invest to. Now, Tommy, what are those investments? I want to give you guys 3 that I want to talk about in this video. Now, the first type of investments are actually called security investments. I'm talking about stocks, bonds, ETFs, basically investing into stocks to make money. For example, if you buy a stock at $10 a share, you sell it at $20 a share, well, you just made a $10 profit, okay? If you buy a stock and you hold it and you get dividends, well, you're making passive income every single quarter, every single 3 months by getting paid for being an owner of that part of the business, okay? So there you go. The first one is investing into stocks and bonds and ETFs. Now, number 2 is called asset investments. Now, tell me, what is this? Well, I'm talking about land. I'm talking about real estate. I'm talking about assets you can actually buy to make you money every single month passively. So for example, if I bought land or a piece of real estate and I rent it out and it's more money that I make from rent, from the mortgage, well, now I have a profit every single month, which is great. It's called passive income, passive income, passive income, which is key. Now, number 3 is actually active business investments. Tell me, what is this? Well, you can actually, like I said before, you can do stocks, you can do real estate, or you can actually invest into businesses by starting a business or buying a business or getting into a business by doing like capital injections. That's a whole different topic. I'm going to talk about it later on in the video. Now, here's the thing, guys. If you want to buy a business, you can, and you make money from that business if it does well. If you want to start a business, you can, and you make money from starting that business. Now, again, this is a form of investments, but I want you guys to comment down below and let me know which one of these sounds the best to you. Now, for me, my favorite one out of these three is actually business investing, because every time you start a business, the profits are higher because you control the outcome based on your performance. So again, I love business investments. Okay, that's my favorite thing. Okay, but I love also, well, you know, like investing into stocks and also like real estate. That's all fancy and stuff, but I love business investments. Comment down below and let me know which one is your favorite. And the first step, like I said before, is picking what you want to get into. So comment down below and let me know. Now, number 2 is actually creating a plan and sticking to it, and also creating a separate bank account to actually make sure you're not tempted to use your investing money to go to Starbucks or go to Hawaii. I don't want you to do that, okay? So here's how you do it, guys, okay? I want you guys to, number 1, stick to the plan. Number 2, open up a separate account to actually put that money aside so you don't use it whatsoever. Now, what I like to do is this, okay? I use Sofi money. I have a link down below. When you sign up, you deposit $100, you get $100 also. Great, right? But the main thing is this, guys. I use Sofi money because I know for a fact if I want to transfer money out that account, it's going to take 3 days. So I'm like, okay, do I even need the money? The answer is probably no. It's going to take too long, so I'm going to figure it out some other way. So I never touch my investment money for any reason whatsoever. That's what I like to do. You should do the same. Now, here's the plan. Now that you know what you want to get into, either stocks, real estate, or business, then now I want to talk to you guys about the pros and cons of actually doing each of these other ones, okay? So here we go, guys. Number 1 is actually, if you want to invest into stocks, securities, bonds, ETFs, well, there's only really 2 ways to actually do this, and it's by either tracking the market or trying to beat the market by doing active investing. Now, Tommy, what do you mean by this? Well, if you choose to track the market, the pro is this. When you track the market, whatever the market returns for that entire year, you get it also. You're not trying to beat it, you're trying to track it. So for example, what I like to do is this, right? I invest with Acorns. I have a link down below also. But I invest with Acorns, and that way I know that every single year I'm tracking the market. So if the market did 7%, I'm going to get 7% also. If the market did like 6%, I'm going to get 6% also. But I know one thing, is consistency over long term is going to get me long-term results and long-term compounded money, which makes me a lot of money, thus makes me a lot of dividends long term. So again, it's all about tracking the market, not trying to beat the market here. Now the con is this: when you're tracking the market, you can't expect to get like 1,000%, 10,000%, 20%. No, you're gonna get what the market gets. On an average, the market gets around 7 to 12% every single year. That's the con. You're not gonna get some high returns. It's gonna be basic stuff, very common, very boring, but it's consistency, and I like that. So again, I use Acorn for that entire process. Now, if you choose to do active investment, which is basically selecting stocks, individual stocks to actually invest, well, the pro is this: if you know how to do it, which is possible, it's possible. If you know how to do it and you do your research and you know how to compound everything, you know how to research everything, well, if you pick the right stock, you will make a ton of money. Tens of thousands, 20,000, 80,000, $1 million. It all depends when you get in and when you get out, okay? So about patience and making sure you pick the right company. Now, the con is this: if you pick a stock and it does bad, well, I'm sorry, you just lost all your money, okay? That's how it works. And by the way, if you're not diversified, you pick one stock or like 2 stocks in the same industry, well, when the industry goes down, well, all your stocks are going to go down, okay? So that's why it's so important you actually diversify and make a portfolio that actually makes sense. So when one industry goes up, the other one goes down, you know, you balance it out all the time. So there you go. Now for the second part, guys, if you actually like asset investment most of all, basically invest into real estate, well, here are the pros and here are the cons of getting into like real estate and buying assets and all that fancy stuff. Well, the first thing is this: usually, I'll tell you the pro first, okay? The pro is this: you get to build passive income, and you know that over time your assets are going to appreciate in value, thus you're going to make more money over time also. Now the thing is this, guys: the con is this. Number 1 is probably liquidity. Number 2, by the way, liquidity means having access to your money. So for example, if you buy a house, you just can't sell the house tomorrow and get your money back. It doesn't work like that, okay? And I also want to talk about the entry level to this market. So for example, usually you do need a down payment to put towards the property. That way the banks lends you the rest and you actually get a mortgage at a good rate, and you also rent it out and you make money, you make profit, okay? But sometimes it might take you a while to build up those credentials. Like for example, you need 2 years of work and income and tax returns, and you also need qualified income, and you also need savings on the side to actually start investing for the down payment. Okay, that's how that works. So the entry level might be a little high, which is the con here, and that's why I use Sofi for this, because I know for a fact that it might take a long time to save up this money. But here's the thing. I know that I just want to put my money from my main account to my Sofi account and not even touch it ever. So I would put it there until I'm ready to actually get started in investing into real estate, into these properties, because again, the entry level is not as easy as buying a stock or getting a business. And talking about businesses, number 3, if you decide to actually do business, well, that's actually my favorite. Now, the pro is this, okay? If you want to buy or start a business, well, you have to be ready to understand one thing, and it's this, okay? Well, the pro is this. You have control. Everything is based on your performance, so you make money based on how talented and how skilled you actually are. Having a business, the returns are higher. For example, you can invest $1,000 into a business and then get like $10,000 by the end of the year, which is insane, but it's true. So for example, I used to do drop shipping, I used to do retail arbitrage, I also used to do like buying phones and all that fancy stuff. So when I used $1,000, I would get a lot of money from my money because my business would make me a lot of money. Now, the con is this, okay? The con is this. It is your business. It is your responsibility. You are the leader, so if you mess up, it's all your fault. You're 100% accountable for it, so you run the risk of like, hey, you know, this is great, but all the pressure is on me as the business owner. So again, it's my favorite one by far because it's what I do every single day, and I love it, but it might not be the right one for you. That's why I give you 3 options here, and just comment down below and let me know which one are you going to use. By the way, to invest into the stock market, I use Acorns. And to get ready to invest into real estate, I use Sofi to set money aside. Now you're probably wondering, okay, Tommy, I get it. So far, I know what I want. I know the pros and the cons. But now I want to know, well, Tommy, what do you do, okay? How do you do this entire process? Because it sounds complicated, but in reality, it's not. It's very simple. I told you guys, only 3 steps here. Now, the third thing is this, guys. I want you guys to copy me and just fill in the layers with what you actually want to achieve, okay? So, number 3 is this, okay? I'm going to tell you exactly what I do. You can copy it, emulate it, or switch things around here and there, but I want you guys to have an example to do what I do to make it for you, okay? Does that make sense? Comment down below, let me know. But here we go, guys. This is what I personally do, okay? Now, the first thing is this. I do all 3. I have my business, I have investments in stocks and securities, and I also save for real estate. I do all 3 of them, but I don't want you to split yourself into things. When you first starting out, you have to start with one and then slowly build up to the next one, okay? That's what I want you guys to do, okay? Now, here's how I do all 3, guys. Now, the first thing is this. Every month, I take 5% of my income, which is usually around like $500. I take that money and I invest it into Acorns. Tommy, why do you do this, okay? Well, the answer is this. I want to track the market, not try to beat it. So I know that every single year, I'm going to get around 7 to 12% on average in my returns from my investments that I invested into Acorns by investing into ETFs that track the market. Don't try to beat the market, okay? Now, if I wanted to beat the market and select stocks, I would probably go with Robinhood, okay? Because Robinhood lets you buy individual shares, and then that way you start investing, you start making money. But again, I don't do that because I don't want to go through all the research of like checking the financial statements, doing the 10K forms, reading all the time about this guy company. I don't want to do that, so I just rather track the company instead of doing all that research again. Now, number 2 is this. Well, Tommy, how do you save money for your business? Well, my business produces around like $4,000 to $6,000 every single month, and I use that money, around 45% of that money. I take that money and I set it aside and I reinvest it back into the business. That's what I do. Now, number 3 is this. Well, Tommy, what about real estate? The answer is this. My YouTube business, which is this one right here, makes me some dollars, okay? Like around maybe like $4,000 to $7,000 every single month. I use that money, 95% of it, and I put it in a separate account, either Sofi or Wealthfront. I put it in there and I don't touch it whatsoever because that money is going to be for real estate, okay? And here's the thing. You might be asking me, well, Tommy, what happened to the other 5%? Well, I take that money for myself and have fun, okay? That's what I like to do. I take 95%, I save it, 5% I take it for myself, and I have fun with it. So again, I do all 3. I invest in my future, I invest in my business, and I also invest into real estate. Well, I'm preparing to invest into real estate by saving up for the down payment and also building my entire reputation. So then that way, I'm ready, I get approved, and I'll get some crazy high interest rates. So that's what I do. Comment down below and let me know, does this make sense? And comment down below and let me know, which one of these 3 do you select? Is it stocks? Is it real estate? Or is it business? Comment down below, let me know. And also let me know, how much money will you set aside? Is it 10%, 20%, 45%, or 95% like I do? Comment down below, let me know. And before I go, guys, I just want to clarify one thing here. Tommy, what if I don't know how to invest into stocks? What if I don't know how to invest into businesses? Tommy, what if I don't know how to invest into real estate? Well, the answer is this, okay? The answer is you learn. You become an expert, you do all the research, you take the courses, you take the seminars, you take the books, you do everything you need to do to become an expert at whatever you pick. Once you learn everything, you'll be in the clear. But don't worry if you don't know how to do it right now. You're not supposed to. Nobody taught you, okay? So if you don't know right now, don't worry. Just learn. Pick up a book, read some books, do whatever you can to actually learn every single detail about what you want to get into, and then you get started in the best way possible. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified. On top, if you want to talk to me one-on-one, just DM me on Instagram at TommyBryson. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. But before I go, click this video right here to actually see how much money I actually made from Acorn so far. Well, around like 2 months ago. Now I have more money. But if you want to check it out, check that out. And here's my face. Click it and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And thanks for watching. And peace.